Good day, my dear grade 11 learner speakers. Welcome to our oral communication in context class, interesting and engaging learning. So have your pen, modules, and learning activity sheet ready. I am Ma'am Migs Florentino, and together, let's explore the exciting world of oral comm. What have you observed with the following pictures flashed on the screen? It seems that everyone is getting bored and sleepy while listening to someone who is speaking, right? Have you ever experienced this? Perhaps yes, but I'm pretty sure that we don't want this thing to happen to our audience when we deliver our speech. There are several reasons why we need to deliver our speech in public, like you need to do a speaking performance in class, defend your research paper, and you are requested to deliver a talk in an event or occasion. Whatever speaking engagements those are, you should always bear in mind that the way you deliver contributes essentially to its success. Vocal and physical aspects of speech delivery contribute essentially to its overall impact. That is why it is very important for you to know the tips and tricks for effective speech delivery in order for you to make your audience all eyes and all ears to you as you deliver your speech. And this would be our topic for today, the principles of speech delivery for quarter 2, week 6. Delivery refers to the actual presentation of a speech, which consists of vocal and physical elements. When we say vocal element, this includes your voice volume, speed, pitch, tone, voice quality, and pronunciation. And when we say physical element, this pertains to your stage presence, attire, facial expressions, gestures, and movements. We may often be amazed to the public speakers who easily get the attentions and interests of the audience. We may get impressed the way they pronounce words, act, present themselves on stage, and other verbal and non-verbal ways of communication to the audience. Aside from their speech content, which is excellent, again, their speech delivery contributes essentially to its success. There are four principles of speech delivery. The first one is articulation, second is modulation, third is stage presence, and fourth is facial expression, gestures and movements, and rapport with the audience. But the first one, we have to discuss the articulation. It is pronouncing the words with clear diction to effectively transmit the message to the speaker. This includes words accuracy or correct grammar and fluency or correct pronunciation of words. When the speaker's words are difficult to comprehend due to poor articulation, the speech may as well not have been delivered at all. In writing the speech, word choice and grammatical accuracy are important, but it is the speaker's articulateness in pronouncing the words and speaking with clear diction that effectively delivers the message. It is important to understand how to pronounce words correctly. Proper breathing techniques as well as the proper molding of sounds that make up words help with articulation. The second principle of speech delivery is modulation. It is the capability of the speaker to adjust or manipulate the timbre of his or her vocal tone. It is how one uses his or her voice in terms of volume, loudness or softness, the pitch, the highness or lowness, the rate or speed, and pauses to show emphasis and strengthen the clarity of the message. There are voices that sound lovely and fairly calming to the ears, as well as voices that sound flat, high-pitched, or shouting. People prefer to listen to voices that are well modulated, which means they can change or manipulate the vocal tone's resonance and timbre. Listeners will pay attentively if the speaker's voice is well modulated. The speaker's words will be heard clearly and the message of the speech will be delivered and received. The third principle is stage presence. It is the capability of the speaker to own the stage, to project his or her own personality to the audience, including the way he or she looks, stands, walks, and acts. Stage fright is the opposite of stage presence, which is regarded as the greatest fear in the world of public speaking. Instead of trying to overcome stage fright, which is, as we all know, is impossible, all that energy that is trying to make one feel shaky and nervous should be used to make the speaker become an interesting and enthusiastic speaker capable of being heard and able to move about on stage. The fourth and last principle of speech delivery is facial expression, gestures and movements, and rapport with the audience. These help the speaker to build a connection with the audience, emphasize a point, and add drama to the speech. Rapport means the trust or connection that the speaker establishes with the audience. Without these nonverbal communications, the speaker may be perceived as monotonous, with a flat delivery and a voice that lacks emotion. The content of the speech should vary the facial emotions. You should not move your hands or body at all parts of your speech. Only a few points should be highlighted with gestures and movements. Most importantly, build a rapport or strong connection to your audience so they could feel the message you want to tell them. Here are some of the tips for you to deliver your speech effectively, according to Cepasio and Balgos 2016. First, use a conversational style more often. This is the most natural style. It is the one that you always use when you express yourself with your friends and family. Audience members dislike it when the speaker sounds unnatural or exaggerated. Number two, look your audience members in the eye so they will feel that they are part of your speech. Maintaining eye contact will help you keep your audience attention and improve your performance. Number three, remember to adjust your volume to the size of the audience and the venue. When addressing a large audience, modulate your voice in such a way that you speak loudly without sounding like you're yelling or shouting. Number four, vary your rate or speed to keep your audience interested and to avoid a monotone pattern. If you speak slowly, your audience may become bored. And if you speak quickly, your audience may become confused. So to avoid that, your rate and speed should be appropriate. Number five, master your voice and find your pitch level. You have to modulate or slightly lower the pitch level if your voice is too high. You have to modulate or slightly raise the pitch level if your voice is too low. If you don't modify, your performance will definitely be affected. Number six, use pauses when you emphasize the most important words, phrases, or sentences. The length of your pauses should not exceed 3 seconds. Otherwise, you will get nothing but dead air or awkward silence. Number seven, pronounce and enunciate words correctly. You will confuse your audience if you mispronounce words, and it could distract them and affect your credibility. Number eight, avoid fillers or expressions that substitute actual words in your speech because these words are distracting. Examples of fillers are like, oh, uh, er. To reduce the use of these fillers, detect the instances when you use them. Do you generally use them after each sentence, between different ideas, or whenever you make transitions? Then, instead of using them the next time you deliver a speech, simply stop or pause. Number nine, start your speech by standing straight and balancing your weight, because this will give you a positive first impression from the audience. Number 10, use precise movements, swaying back and forth, leaning on the podium, licking or biting your lips, playing with your wristwatch or jewelry, scratching portions of your body, frowning, and other distracting habits should be avoided. When speaking in public, pay attention to your mannerisms and learn how to avoid them. Number 11, avoid having a poker face or a highly animated face. These facial expressions appear distracting and may even be annoying. Instead, follow the most highly suggested tip: smile. However, make sure that the meaning of your speech reflects in your facial expressions. Do not smile if you are talking about something sad. Number 12, dress properly and appropriately. You will appear more confident and professional if you dress properly. Make sure you're not overdressed, as this may cause your audience to become distracted. Number 13, observe ethics by becoming polite, honest, and coming prepared. Avoid offensive words and backbiting or talking negative things about other people, or copying someone's work without proper documentation. Number 14, breathe in and out to relax before your speech. And most importantly, have fun. It's time to wrap up. Vocal and physical elements are essential in order for a speaker to effectively deliver his or her speech. Vocal elements includes articulation and modulation, while physical element comprises stage presence, facial expression, gestures and movements, and rapport with the audience. These are the principles of speech delivery incorporated with guides and tips to make it more effective. We learned a lot from today's lesson on the principles of and tips for effective speech delivery. Before I end this video lesson, let me share to you a quote from Brian Herbert. The capacity to learn is a gift. The ability to learn is a skill. And the willingness to learn is a choice. Once again, this is Ma'am Migs Florentino saying, have a nice day ahead. Happy learning!